Good morning, students. So, we have already known that here in the previous class we have studied what means the chapter is the rise of British political supremacy in India. So, in this lesson we have studied that the factors which are responsible for the political supremacy in India here. It means nothing but the British political supremacy in India. So, I have told that here. So, they have taken the advantage of what means the political instability in India here, and they tried to implement. So, they tried to implement their political supremacy in India here. So many of the battles also here responsible or caused for the British political supremacy in India. So, we have studied in the previous class called the battles called here the Battle of Plassey. So, in the year 1757, it was happened in the year 1757, and also the Battle of Buxar. So, it happened in the year 1764, and the results of that wars also here. So, in this class we are going to study the one more wars, means nothing but here that is Carnatic Wars. Okay, Carnatic Wars here. See, these Carnatic Wars started in the year 1746 and ended in the year 1763 CE. So, what was the period of these Carnatic Wars? Means nothing but 1746 to 1763 CE year. Okay, here the Carnatic. See, Carnatic was one of the reasons of the Mughal Empire here. Carnatic was one of the reasons of the Mughal Empire here. Okay, and also the Coromandel area. So, which is called here the Coromandel area means nothing but the coastal regions of the Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. The coastal regions of the Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh we call here Coromandel what area here. Okay, and the Coromandel area and its hinterland. The Coromandel area and its hinterland were called as Carnatic. What were called as Carnatic means nothing but the Coromandel. See, the Coromandel area and hinterland. The Coromandel area and hinterland were called as what here? Carnatic. By whom? By the British here. Okay, who called Coromandel area and hinterland as Carnatic means nothing but here British called it has a Carnatic here. Okay, and the competition between the British and French, between whom here? British and French. See, the competition between British and French. So, they started competition here. Who started competition here? The British and French. So, why? Means nothing but here to have monopoly, to have trade monopoly here, to have the trade monopoly over South India. They wanted to have here trade monopoly on where means nothing but on South India here. So, that competition led to the what means nothing but Carnatic Wars between British and afterwards French here. So, now you came to know why the Carnatic War started here. So, why means nothing but it was the competition between British and afterwards French here. So, why means nothing but to have trade monopoly over South India here. So, that is why they have started the wars here. And so, why they called these wars Carnatic Wars? Why they have called these wars Carnatic Wars? Means nothing but here these all the wars, nearly 3 major wars happened between British and afterwards French. That wars we call here Carnatic Wars. Why means nothing but because these wars took place in Carnatic. These 3 major wars took place in the place called here Carnatic. So because of that reasons, these wars were called here Carnatic Wars here. Okay. And that I told here 3 major wars happened between the British and afterwards French. So what were those means nothing but let's see first one, the First Carnatic War. The First Carnatic War here. So when was it happened? Means nothing but here 1746 to here 1748 CE. It was the period of the First Carnatic War. What was the period of First Carnatic War? Means nothing but 1746 to 1748 here. Then what was the reasons? I have already told here. So between whom this Carnatic Wars happened means nothing but here between the British and the French here. So why means nothing but to have trade monopoly. To have trade monopoly over South India. So because of that reason the wars started between British and French here. Got it? Then what was the reasons for this war? The First Carnatic War. Means nothing but see the competition and jealousy. The competition and jealousy between British and French. Between British and French here. So why means over the trade. Over trade and also to get the political ambitions here and also their political ambitions. See their political ambitions of the British and afterwards French, their political ambitions and their trade competition and jealousy caused for the First Carnatic War. So that was the first reason for the war here. So next the war between British and the French. Why means nothing but in Europe. So it was happened in the year, it was happened in Europe here. Why means nothing but over the issue of succession. Over the issue of succession in Austria. Over the issue of succession in Austria in Europe. So that was also led to the war between the British and afterwards whom? French, between the British and also French here. So these were the reasons for the wars between the British and afterwards French. It was caused for the First Carnatic War. And this war was, in this war the French achieved here upper hand. Who achieved upper hand in the First Carnatic War means nothing but the French achieved upper hand in the First Carnatic War, and also this war was ended. This war was ended by the treaty called here Aix-la Chapelle. Aix-la Chapelle. The Treaty of Aix-la Chapelle. So the First Carnatic War was ended by the Treaty of Aix-la Chapelle. Okay. And what were the results of this war then? Okay, until here we have studied about the causes for the war. Then what were the results of this First Carnatic War? The results of this war were here. Results. What were the results? Means nothing but see, English captured Madras. After this war here, English captured Madras during this war. And also French strengthened their position in Arcot, and also French strengthened their what? Power in the place called Arcot. Okay, and also this enhanced what means nothing but the prestige of duplex. When they enhanced their strength in the Arcot, so that what happened means that made or that enhanced the what? The prestige of the duplex. Duplex, who was duplex here means nothing but he was the French governor. Who was duplex here? He was the French governor here. Okay, during his period it happened, so that enhanced is the prestige here. Whose prestige? Duplex prestige here. Okay, and also third result of this war is war was here prisoners of war. The prisoners of war on both sides, British and French. The prisoners of war of both sides were released. Okay, they were released here, prisoners of war. So both sides here, they were released here. So these were the results of this first Carnatic war here. So what were the results of the first Carnatic war? Means nothing but English captured the Madras, okay, and French strengthened their position in Arcot, and also it enhanced the prestige of Duplex, okay, and also the prisoners of war on both sides were released here. So these were the results of first Carnatic war here. Okay, so next the second war between the British and French. It means nothing but second Carnatic war. It was also happened between who means nothing but British and afterwards French here. Carnatic war. It was happened in the year 1749 to 1754. What was the period of second Carnatic war? Means nothing but 1749 to 1754 here. Okay. Then what were the causes for this war? Means nothing but see here. See in Arcot and afterwards Hyderabad. The place is called Arcot and Hyderabad here. The problems of succession. What here? The problems of succession arised here. The problem of succession arised. Where means nothing but in the place called Arcot and afterwards Hyderabad here. So this became the main reason or main cause for this second Carnatic war. So it was the main cause for the second Carnatic war means nothing but in Carnatic, in Arcot and afterwards Hyderabad. The problem of what here? Succession. The problem of succession arised here. So that caused for the main reason for this war here. And also the competition between Chand Sahib and Anwaruddin. Who here? Chand Sahib and Anwaruddin. So where? In Arcot. See the competition between whom means nothing but competition between Chand Sahib and afterwards Anwaruddin, where in the place called here Arcot here. Okay. And also between Nasir Jung and Muzaffar Jung. Nasir Jung and Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad here. See, the beginning I have told here the problem of succession where in Arcot and in Hyderabad. So between whom is nothing but between Chand Sahib and Anwaruddin in Arcot, between Nasir Jung and Muzaffar Jung in the place called Hyderabad here. Okay. And through the secret negotiation here, Duplex created a confederation of Chand Sahib and afterwards Muzaffar Jung here. Secretly here he negotiated. Who negotiated? Duplex negotiated and about the confederation of Chand Sahib and afterwards Muzaffar Jung here, and they defeated and killed Anwaruddin here. So they defeated and killed whom here? Anwaruddin. Okay. And also his son, Anwaruddin's son called here Muhammad Ali. Whose son here? Anwaruddin's son. Who? Muhammad Ali. See, he escaped to where means nothing but he escaped to Tiruchanappalli here. Then who killed and who defeated him is nothing but Chand Sahib and Muzaffar Jung here. So they defeated and killed Anwaruddin here. Who was Anwaruddin? Okay, see, there was a competition between Chand Sahib and afterwards Anwaruddin because of the succession of Arcot here. Then who joined here? Chand Sahib and Muzaffar Jung joined, and afterwards they killed whom here? Anwaruddin. And his son called Muhammad Ali, he escaped to where means nothing but Tiruchanapalli here. Okay. And after that, Chand Sahib in Arcot, okay, and Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad. Chand Sahib in Arcot and Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad here. Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad. Okay. See, they became the Nawabs with the French support here. Who became the Nawabs of these places with the support of the French means nothing but Chand Sahib in Arcot, Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad. Both became the Nawabs with the support of French. Okay. But after some time, after few days, what happened means Muzaffar Jung was killed here. Muzaffar Jung was killed after few days. Okay. Then the French brought who here? Salbat Jung. Salbat Jung in the place of Muzaffar Jung here, because he was killed. Muzaffar Jung was killed after few days here. See, after that here the French brought who here? Salbat Jung in the place of Muzaffar Jung here. Okay. The meanwhile, what happened means that the English were annoyed on account of this here. So when the English came to know, when the British came to know about this, it made them angry. It made them, this incident made them angry. Okay. So because of that reasons, they captured Arcot. They captured Arcot and killed Chand Sahib here. Who killed here? British. Okay, British when see, Salbat Jung became the Nawab of Hyderabad with the support of the French here. So that made angry to whom is nothing but British here. Then British captured Arcot and killed Chand Sahib here. So British captured Arcot and killed whom here? Chand Sahib. Okay. And Muhammad Ali was made the Nawab of Arcot. Who was Muhammad Ali? I told, the son of Anwaruddin. Muhammad Ali, before when he was killed here, he escaped to Tiruchanapalli. So when Chand Sahib was killed by the British, again Muhammad Ali became the Nawab of Arcot here with the support of British. With the support of British, Muhammad Ali became the Nawab of Arcot here with the support of British here. Okay. See, after this war, Dupleix was recalled by the government of France here. After this war, after the which war means after the Second Carnatic War, the Dupleix was recalled by whom is nothing but the government of France. Okay. And this war was ended by the Treaty of Pondicherry here. Okay. This war was ended by the Treaty of Pondicherry. Okay. In the year 1754 CE. Okay. It means nothing but after this war, Second Carnatic War here, again Dupleix was recalled by the government of France here, and this war was ended by the Treaty of Pondicherry. Okay, in the year 1754. Then what were the results of this war here? Okay, and also by the end of the Second Carnatic War, here, English at Arcot and French at Hyderabad safeguarded their might. Might means nothing but their strength. Okay. Who? British in Arcot and who? French in Hyderabad. They, when means nothing but after the Second Carnatic War, they strengthened there here. Okay. Because here Muhammad Ali became the Nawab of Arcot with the support of British. So that's why here who strengthened British and here French here when after the Second Carnatic War. Okay, then what were the results of this Second Carnatic War. Results of the Second Carnatic War here. See, the power and influence of the French was reduced in Arcot. Listen attentively here. The results of the Second Carnatic War. What means nothing but the power and influence. The power and influence of the French. Who here? Of the French reduced. Where? In Arcot. Because Muhammad Ali became the Nawab of Arcot with the support of the British. That's why the power and influence of the French reduced in Arcot. Okay, that was the first result. So next one, English secured the right to collect taxes. Who secured here means the British secured to collect the taxes and maintain army units also here. So the British secured here what means the right to collect the taxes and also maintain army units. So these were the results of the Second Carnatic War here. Okay, the one more battle, the final battle between the British and French, that was Third Carnatic War. Okay, let's see the third battle between the British and afterwards French. Third Carnatic War. So it was happened in the year 1758 to here 1763 here. So when was it happened here? 1758 to 1763. Which war? Third Carnatic War here. Okay. Then what was the reason or what were the causes for this war? See, in Europe, the war was 7 years. The war of 7 years started. So between whom is nothing but between the British and French. When means in the year 1756. Okay, it means war of 7 years. Where it started? In Europe. Between whom means British and French in the year 1756. And this resulted in the war between the French and British in India in the form of Third Carnatic War here. Okay. So in the 1756 only war started between British and French. So that caused for the what? War in India. That also Carnatic War in India between whom means between the British and French here. Okay. And here the forces of British under the command of Sir Eyrecourt. The British forces were led in the commandership of Sir Eyrecourt, and the French forces were under the command of who? Comte de Lally. See, English army. So led by whom here? Sir Eyrecourt. Okay, and then here French army. Say led by whom is nothing but here Comte de Lally. Comte de Lally. See, he was commanded the English army here, and French army was commanded by whom here means nothing but Comte de Lally here. Okay. See, both faced each other in the place called here Vandivash. Where here both faced each other in the place called Vandivash near Pondicherry. Near Pondicherry. Who are faced each other means nothing but Sir Eyrecourt and Comte de Lally faced each other in the place called here Vandivash near Pondicherry here. Okay. And the French lost the battle. Who lost the battle in this Third Carnatic War means nothing but French lost the battle, and surrendered to whom here? Surrendered to the British here. So in the meanwhile, the 7 years war in Europe also came to an end here. Okay, in the meanwhile, in the same time only, the 7 years war which was started in the Europe, that was also came to an end. Okay, so when means nothing but when French lost in the battle here. Okay, and also the Paris Treaty was signed between the British and French also here. It means nothing but the Third Carnatic War was ended by the Treaty of Paris here. Okay, which treaty? Treaty of Paris here. Okay, and with this the Carnatic War was also came to an end. By which treaty? By the Treaty of Paris here. Okay, in the year 1763. Okay, and also what were the results of this war then? Okay, what were the results of this Third Carnatic War? Let's see now. The political and military might of the French ended in India by this war. What ended in India means nothing but the political and military might. The political and military might of French ended in India. So after this war, after the Third Carnatic War. Okay. Next, the British emerged as the most powerful force among all the Europeans in India. Okay, so Europeans means nothing but in the first lesson we have studied. Okay, Portuguese, okay, Dutchess, British and French. See, among all the Europeans in India here, the British, okay, emerged as the what? Most powerful force among all the Europeans in India here. So this was these were the results of this Third Carnatic War here. It was ended by Treaty of Paris here. Okay, in the year 1763. Okay, these were the wars happened between whom is nothing but the British and the French here. Okay, so by these wars, after these wars also, what we came to know is nothing but the French power in India declined. Okay, and the British the British strengthened in India after this war here. Okay, and then later there were two more policies of the British also here. The two more policies also strengthened their political supremacy in India also here. The two more policies of British. So that which are the two more policies of the British means nothing but one is subsidiary alliance, another one is doctrine of lapse. Which are the two more policies of the British strengthened their political supremacy in India means nothing but one is subsidiary alliance, okay, another one is doctrine of lapse here. Okay, the two policies also what strengthened the British political supremacy in India here. Okay, so that we are going to learn in the next class here. Okay, which one? The two policies of the British which strengthened their political supremacy in India. So in this class what we have studied? The three battles between French and afterwards British called here Carnatic Wars. Okay, so hope you all understood this topic, Carnatic Wars. The remaining part of this lesson we are going to study in the next class. Okay, thank you.